Hi there, Matt here from H2O Leisure Group, the UK distributor for Scarab jet boats. I'm here today to talk to you about the new 2020 Wake Edition 255 ID jet boat. This is a 25-foot craft. It has twin engines. This one features the 250 horsepower supercharged Rotax engines, and I'm going to go around today and show you its key features and benefits. So I'm stood here at the bow of the Scarab 255 ID. I'm just going to go around and show you some of its key features, starting with the deep V hull. If you look how cutting the edges are on these 255 Wake Edition jet boats, they truly are a fantastic sea boat. They're so sturdy. It's what I call a dry boat. You can go anywhere in this boat in the biggest of seas and not get wet, as it really does cut and disperse the water extremely well. I'm going to walk around the nose here and just show you a few things. I always get asked what this is. Everybody says, oh, it's a vent, but this is actually the horn. That's where the sound emits from. We've got a ski locker at the front. I say ski locker, but it's an anchor locker, which withholds the swim ladder. So you've got a front nose swim ladder. There's actually two swim ladders on this boat, one here at the bow and one at the stern of the boat. And that's also where you would fit your anchor, and you could actually have a windlass option. So if you wanted to control that anchor from the helm, we could fit that for you as a retrofit afterwards. And so it's quite nice, and you've got some storage inside. Also a nice grippy deck, so when you're stood lifting the anchor, you've got a bit of grip underfoot, which is a nice feature. Everything on this boat is like very high quality, stainless steel latches, stainless steel cleats, which lift up very luxuriously, so they're very, very smooth and keep the lines of the boat. So when you've got your fenders away, it keeps that lovely, sleek looking edge on the boat. Bomb rail for coming alongside, again, gives it a nice style with that stainless steel finish. And you've got these downward lights. So these are actually LED white lights, so they actually point down at the water. So at dusk, when you're coming back from your fun day on the water, you can actually see where you're going and the sort of sea ahead of you. So, I mean, just look at how beautiful the lines of this boat really are. It's a 25.5-foot boat, but it just looks so great finished in the denim blue. And you've got the Wake Edition graphics, which is standard on the Wake Edition package, and that carries on through all the way along the boat. There is an option, I think you've probably seen some of my other videos, whereby you could have an upgraded impact graphic, but this one's got the standard Wake Edition graphic with that motif emblem of Scarab, which everybody loves and knows. Scarab being, you know, the heritage boat from Baywatch, Miami Vice. I mean, this is really an epic boat, and can really, you know, take you back and feel like you're in one of those movie sets. So fantastic boat. So I'm here at the bow of the boat. I'm just going to show you inside a little. You can see this is set up with the bow infill option, which fills in the middle section and gives you three very nice sun loungers. Being 6'6", I can lounge out comfortably in there. It's absolutely beautiful area to sit and enjoy. Great area for the kids that you can just plonk them in there, watch them from the helm. Nice, safe, deep part of the boat where kids can be kept an eye on. So a really good design by Scarab there. I'm just making my way down to the stern of the boat, but on my way I'm just going to point out a few things that I may have missed. The fuel cap is a flip up, so you can fuel up there very, very easily. Also, being the Wake Edition, you've got the wakeboard tower as standard with the wakeboard package, which comes with twin wakeboard racks, and you can also add the tower speakers, which are rear facing for the ultimate sound for the rider if you're wake surfing, wakeboarding, tubing, towing, etc. And there's also a bimini in there, so you've got plenty of sunshade on this boat, which goes the whole length of the boat. This Scarab jet boat is one of the most luxurious models in the lineup. It's fitted with the wake blast system, which gives you a continuous wave. It's a moulded hull, which works with the wake ballast system, which I'm going to explain a bit more about later in more detail. But in effect gives you a continuous wave to be able to wake surf behind this. The boat produces its own wave that you can surf upon without a rope. It's absolutely phenomenal. Really, really good fun. So I've made my way round to the stern of the boat. I'm just going to point out the features that lay here. We've got a massive swim platform. It's huge. You could probably have about 6 people sitting abreast on this platform and all enjoying your day out on the water. A great low level swim platform for you to be able to get into the water and get out with ease. There's a swim ladder at the back. I mentioned there was one earlier at the front, but we've got a really big deep ladder at the back here. Double handles for reboarding, which is great. Really nice grippy surface. This is this sea deck material, so it's really comfortable underfoot. Looks great, but it provides a non-slip surface, so it's very, very safe for walking around. You've got huge wet lockers, and they've got their own sort of drain in there with a bilge, so that if you're in the sea and you're getting in and out after being on the water, you can just dump your wet life jackets and things in there instead of going into the luxurious material inside. You can just keep it all self-contained in the lockers at the back here. You've also got, I'm sure everybody's noticed, the basketball hoop. This isn't a feature that Scarab gives you as an option, but something more that H2O Leisure Group will give you as an option. It's the basketball hoop, which is all fun for the whole family. You can swivel it round. It works with the table leg, so the feature that you get with Scarab is an option for a table. It's the bamboo table here, and you can just interchange it. It's a high quality handmade bamboo wooden table with wine holders. You can just slot in there and sit back and relax on the back and enjoy your day, and fold that away and pop it in a locker somewhere on board. So that's the table stroke basketball hoop for a bit of fun. Cup holders, LED low level lighting, so at dusk time it looks great. The speakers also light up. This boat is fitted with the premium sound system, which when you look at the back, you've got the 2 rear facing low level speakers, but you've also got the 2 high level sort of boom cannons up on your wake rack there, which really give optimal sound for the rider behind the boat. So a really good party fun boat. There's a power shower hidden away in here that you can just pull through. This comes out, so you can shower yourself off before re-entering the boat, which is a great feature. Actually, it's tepid water. The water is tepidly warm because it doesn't have a heating system, but because the water tank's in the engine bay, as you're moving from place to place, it sort of tepidly warms the water, so you don't get a complete shock of cold water when you're getting in and out. And you've got the water fill area, so you'd fill your fresh water in there. Remote control for the premium sound system at the back, so you can link up your iPod, your Android. You've got AM, FM radio, weather channels, the full shaboodle on the stereo, but you can control it from the remote control at the back. And there's also one that I'll show you later inside the boat. You've got a low level towing point. This is standard on the boat, which gives you a great place to tow tubes, etc. A really good sort of feature. So you've got low level and high level. So if you're wakeboarding, you go off the tower. If you're tubing or kneeboarding, you go from the bathing platform on this lower level one. One more thing to mention is the flush out. This is fitted with the 2 250 horsepower Rotax engines. They actually have a closed loop cooling, so none of the engine comes into contact with the water. So for saltwater use, this boat is absolutely fabulous. You've got the exhaust flush out, so that's the only thing that comes into contact with the water is the heat exchange. And if you're going to leave this boat in a marina for any length of time, we'd recommend that you flush the engine through, so you leave fresh water in the heat exchange. So a great design by Scarab, the fact that it's very easy access. So I just want to show you now how safe Scarab jet boats really are. What you'll notice while I'm crouched down here is there's no propellers. On a standard boat, you get a propeller with a Scarab jet boat. They're powered by Rotax jet engines, which are inboard, but they are jet powered. So what that means is it uses water movement for thrust to propel the boat forward and into reverse. You have twin engines on this, so you've got twin buckets, and you'll notice that they've got cutouts on the side. So we like to call this in the trade lateral thrust control, because when the boat is running and in idle, you'll have the water jets flowing port and starboard, which gives you lateral thrust control, which means if you half turn the steering wheel in any direction, left or right, the whole boat will pirouette within itself. So it makes this boat really, really manoeuvrable. It almost acts like a bow thruster, if you've ever heard the term bow thruster, where you have a joystick. You control this from the steering wheel, but because of the way and the design of the jets, it makes this boat an absolute breeze to handle and get on and off the trailer. That, coupled with some of its clever features like INR, which is Intelligent Neutral Reverse, which gives you a true neutral. The older jet boats, you may have seen Sea-Doos, Chaparrals, Yamahas. When you start one of the boats, and the sort of, as history tells the story, the boats used to creep slightly forward, a little bit like a personal watercraft, a Yamaha or a Sea-Doo jet ski. When the motors are running, they slightly creep forward, but not with a Scarab. They've got an INR system, which is basically a servo system, which really keeps the boat still and in a true neutral. So you can leave this boat in a marina, start it on the lines before you go out about your day, and have complete control over this craft. It's a wonderful feeling and a great design. I'm now sat on board the 255 Wake Edition jet boat, and just wanted to point out the seating. Not only is it luxurious, tactile, fantastically comfortable, it's such a wonderful place to be. You can invite up to 11 guests aboard this 255 jet boat with plenty of room for everybody. I'm sat on the Versa Lounge. This is again an option for the Scarab. And what the Versa Lounge is, it provides you with some versatility for your seating, and I'm just going to run through that with you now. So at the moment, I'm sat up in the sort of bench mode inside the boat. You can flip that bench so that it sits outside the boat. So if you've got people wake surfing, wakeboarding behind the boat, really cool place to sit and chill and view the goings on. I mentioned earlier about the table or the basketball hoop. You can make that into a real fun area. But with safety in mind, you've got a really nice sort of high level bench seat that you can just be comfortable and lounge on. It also not only goes facing out of the boat, but would go completely flat. So if you want to sunbathe, if you're a bit of a sun worshipper, or you just want to have a lie down after a lazy lunch, you can fold all of the seats down into its Versa lounging mode, and you can lie out. So again, I'm 6'6", got plenty of beam on this boat, so masses of space, very, very comfortable for two of you to easily lie out there. And not only have you got the sun lounger there, you can flip these back up very easily. I just want to, before I put the middle one back up, just want to point out as well, this is reinforced, so it doesn't damage the material of your boat when you're walking on and off. Very, very clever. Really good design. So you can flip this back up, put it all back into your lounge, and then flip out. So it's almost like a limousine. We once sold one of these to a super yacht, and they use it as a limousine area, so you can actually lounge at the back. You've got your captain and crew up the front there, or you can just have a horseshoe area where you can just relax and chill out. There is a table receiver here, so you can move the table from the back into the middle here, and all sit down and just have a great fun lounging afternoon in a cove somewhere. So what a really, really cool seating design this boat really has. So I've set the table up just to show you what it looks like. It swivels very, very easily, so great when you've got guests all moving around the boat. You've got some nice cutouts for glasses of wine, indented cup holders so glasses and things don't slip around while you're at sea. Really clever design. You've got 3 cup holders here, 3 over the other side, so 6 in total, again to stop those spillages. And you've got the premium sound system, which gives you a bit of entertainment in the area, so you can really chill out and relax, have a bit of lunch, enjoy some music, have some drinks and food with your friends. And coupled with the bimini top which comes out, you've got a nice big sunshade as well. So really, really cool area to chill and hang out. So one of the features I haven't yet shown you is the engine bay. So I'm just going to show you how easy it is to get in here. You've just got one clip here, push down, and up she goes. She sits up on her own pneumatics, which holds the bonnet out the way. And then you've got your twin Rotax 250 horsepower powerhouses. They are an awesome supercharged intercooled engine, closed loop cooling, so none of the sort of seawater comes into contact with the engine, which makes them very, very reliable, very efficient. They also come with a 5-year warranty and are very, very easy to maintain. One of the great benefits of owning a jet boat is the low costs of running you get, because there's no low-level gearing, so fuel economy is improved, servicing costs are minimal. They're in effect 2 jet ski engines, so it's like servicing two jet skis, which is a very, very minimal cost for service there. And parts, maintenance, very, very easy, or very obtainable all around the world. There's also your water tank there, which works for the power shower. You've got a pad here at the back where you've got your sort of fuse box, you've got your battery isolator switch, and also your power shower switch, so you can turn it on and off, so it really does give you a good blast when you're getting in and out the boat and showering off. But what a great design, fantastic engine bay, really, really easy to get to and easy to look after. So sat here in the back of this Scarab 255 Wake Edition, I just want to show you where the ballast tanks would be. Under the seating here, you just lift down the bolster. Under here you've got your area for your ballast tanks. We've not got them fitted in at the moment, but that's where they'd be situated. You'd have a bladder in here, you'd have a bladder over the other side, just across the way there. You've also got a colossal amount of storage in there. If you didn't want to use the wake feature or have the ballast tanks, you can just use it as storage, so you can throw all your sort of fenders, towels, etc. in there, or fold it away. And there's also low level lighting, so you've got your LED lights at the back here. The speakers light up as an LED as part of the premium sound system also, and you've got really great drainage as well, so if you've got wet people in and out of the boat, you don't need to worry. You can just literally let the water wash through and go down through the bilges. While I'm looking at the floor, I'm just going to say how awesome it looks. I mean, it really is a key feature. It's got a really nice grip, a great feel underfoot, looks stunning with the honeycomb finish and the Scarab emblem. A real credit to the Scarab Identity series, and this is an option that I would certainly fit to my Scarab 255. So I'm sat here at the helm of this 255 ID Wake Edition jet boat. I'm just going to point out the key features of the helm area, starting with the steering wheel. It's got a very, very sporty feeling. You can really get your thumbs wrapped around it, so for really precise driving at sea. It's got an adjustable rake, so you can move the steering wheel up and down a touch of a button, which is a fantastic feature because you can put it right up and stand, flip your bolster seat up and look over the bow of the boat, and you can also sit down and look over the window line with the flip up bolster, or you can flip it right down, sit down comfortably in the boat with a really high window line protecting you from the elements, and adjust your steering rake down. All leather stitched, so very, very tactile, very luxurious feel to it. The helm is a great place to be. It's so comfortable. Not only I've just spoken about the steering wheel, but the throttle on this thing is just so comfy. You can really relax your arm, chill out while you're driving. You've got this sort of billet throttle here where you've got your push button in to select forward and reverse. So at the moment we're in neutral, it's locked in nice and safely. So when you start the boat, it would just be locked in neutral. Then you push the button down into forward gear and away you go. So that's your throttle forward, back to the middle position, push the button down again into reverse. While I'm in this area, I just, you've obviously noticed in the shot that you've got these adjust mode and set nodules. And what these are the controls for wake surfing, wakeboarding, all of the different clever settings that are fitted on this boat. So mode-wise, you've got docking modes. That really helps you when you're docking the boat or getting on and off a trailer. It really slows everything down and stiffens everything up and limits the throttle. So literally, being a 500 horsepower boat, as you can probably imagine, it packs a punch when you accelerate. It's such a fast machine. But what the docking mode does, it really slows everything down, makes everything maneuverable and safe. So even if you slipped and full throttle in docking mode, you're only literally going to creep forward at around about 5 miles an hour, and that's it. So it really does, I do recommend using it, and it really does make things safe when you're boating. So you've got docking mode, you've got ski mode. Ski mode is for all of the ramp settings. So what a ramp is in boating, it's how fast the boat accelerates off. So you've got 5 settings with the ramp, 1 to 5, 1 being the slowest, 5 being the fastest. And the mode allows you to select that and adjust 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 on the digital display, coupled with the adjust button. So you've also got cruise mode, so you can actually set the speed of the boat. So if you like wake surfing at maybe 10 or 12 miles an hour, you can set the mode to 10 or 12 miles an hour. The ramp, so whatever speed you like to pull away at, and the boat will continue at that speed and at that trajectory every time. And you can then adjust it on the toggle. So if you want to go a mile an hour quicker each time or a mile an hour slower, it's literally like the cruise control in your car. You can just select it up or down by a touch of a button. And then you've got your eco mode, which gives you full economy. So it runs the boat optimally for fuel economy. So if you were cruising offshore somewhere, going somewhere of a long distance, we'd recommend running the boat in eco mode. Or you've got cruise, which is like your cruise control on a car. So you can literally just sit here, set the boat at 20, 30 knots and just cruise along. This boat's capable of 55 miles an hour. So it's a very, very fast, sleek boat, a very smooth ride, a very dry boat, and a very comfortable place to be. So I'm just going to speak about all of the other functions we've got, and while we're in this area, you've got that all-important lanyard. So this is your safety feature. If you were to fall out the boat, this would just you'd detach that to your body or somewhere, and that would pull out, and that would completely kill all the engines and stop the boat. Being the Wake Edition, it's fitted with the ballast maneuver here. So you've got a very clever feature which you can fill either the port or the starboard tank singularly. So if you were wake surfing, for example, and your right foot forward or left foot forward denotes which side of the boat you're going to surf upon. So you can put the weight to that side of the boat to give you that optimum wake. When you get more confident with it and you wanted both tanks and the middle tank filled, you can fill both tanks port and starboard at the same time, and that's using these clever filler buttons here. So you just flick them up each side to fill the tanks, back to the middle to stop if you want to stop at a certain weight, or to empty you just push them down. So you've got 2 tanks for each side, and then the center tank which fills automatically each time to give you that weight and ballast. Just going to talk about some of these other functions on the display here. You've got a blower which you'll find on most boats, which gets rid of any exhaust fumes which may be stuck in the engine bay. So we'd always recommend that you run that blower for at least a minute before you go about your day boating when the engine's started. You've got a bilge pump. This boat's actually fitted with automatic bilges, but this is your bilge override switch. So say for example you took on some water, a bit of excess, and you wanted to pump it out manually, you'd flick that switch up. But if you did similarly leave this boat out on a mooring overnight, forgot to put the cover on, it rained overnight, you don't need to worry, the boat will sort itself out. It actually has a special sensor in the bilge area which, once activated, when water touches it, it'll automatically bail the boat out. So another clever feature. Then you've got your navigation lights for night time, sort of your port and starboard, your green and red, and your motor light, which is situated on the top of the wakeboard tower. And then you've got your docking lights, which is the lovely LED illumination, so it lights all the floor up, all the speakers, and that's controlled from here. So to start this boat, you've got a key start. You would turn the power on, so that would obviously activate the dials, and then you've got push button start. So you've got push button engine 1, push button engine 2, and to turn them off you just do that sequence in reverse, or you can start them both together at the same time. It really doesn't matter, but very nice design. Probably come from the automotive industry, but all cars are going sort of touch button these days, which is great. I mentioned earlier at the bow of the boat that we had a remote control for your iPod, your radio, stereo, whatever you want to call it, whatever you're using. You've also got one at the helm, so you can skip through your tracks, you can control your volume, you can control what media that you're listening to, which is a great feature. Up onto the dash then, you've got your 2 rev counters, one for each engine, because you're a twin engine jet boat, so you've got to watch the revs on both, and they automatically sync by GPS. So the GPS system kicks in and automatically syncs the engines to one another and gives you a true speed in miles an hour. So this boat is capable of 55 miles an hour. It's a very, very fast, sleek, very comfortable, very smooth boat, and really does cut through the water. As mentioned earlier, a very, very dry boat, gives you lots of protection with the windscreen. You've got your analog miles an hour gauge here, but also when the boat's active, you've got your miles an hour featured on the screen as well. And on that screen would also be your engine hours. It will tell you your depth of the water underneath the boat. It tells you your water temperature, and it also tells you your air temperature. And you've even got your horn, which again I pointed out where the sound was emitted from earlier in the video, but all on this clever, comfortable, luxurious, easy to use Helm. So I'm just knelt down here to show you the features of the seats that you get with the Scarab. Not only are they luxurious, the materials are very tactile, very comfortable to sit upon. You've got these great cutouts where you can sit on the seat and look back. My legs are slightly chunkier, but for somebody a bit more slighter than myself, very, very comfortable to turn around and talk to fellow passengers. You've also got the awesome Scarab emblem in the back there, like stainless steel finish, which just shows you the quality on the boat. You've got flip-up bolsters, which I demonstrated earlier, which you can sit up high to look over the window line on the boat. And they even swivel, so they swivel all the way around. So if you're having lunch, you've got extra guests, you can sit around and relax with everybody else back in the Versa Lounge area. And they move back and forwards also, so you've got many, many features to make a really, really versatile, comfortable day's boating. You may be surprised to learn that this Scarab 255 25-foot jet boat actually has its own heads, its own toilet on board. Where may you ask? Well, here, cleverly hidden away in the dashboard of this boat. So you just flick it open, the door opens, and inside here you've got a toilet with overboard discharge. You can just go for the porta potty option, or you could just choose no toilet option and have it as a changing room or an area of storage. There's also a sink in there, some lighting and a toilet roll holder, and it's a usable space. You may, for those that know me or may have met me, I'm actually 6'6" tall, and I'm just going to demonstrate. Getting in here is a breeze, so you can literally use the facility and close the door without any problem at all. So I've been through some of the key features on this Scarab 255 today, but I just wanted to show you some of the things that I may have missed. Starting down here on the floor, I've now taken the bow infill out of the boat, and you get a really great view of the floor and how long this boat actually is. But the ski locker is absolutely massive. It runs from midships all the way to the bow of the boat, so there's nothing you won't get down there. A really great place to keep your water skis, etc. If you have the wake option fitted, you would have your ballast tank in there, but still have plenty of room to put all the toys. Moving forward, you've also got another ski locker which lifts up and runs all the way through the boat, and it comes as standard with 2 auxiliary cool boxes, so you get those in the boat as standard, and that just helps you carry the refreshments to the boat during the day, or in my case the beers. So that's a really great feature. You've also got the slide out cooler, so this is your mothership to your 2 auxiliaries, where you can fill up and put some ice in there and strap it down, and a nice safe place to put the drinks and stow those away in there. You've got the foldable window, which really gives you a nice wrap around. So if you were sort of cruising back at night and wanted to keep the airflow of the boat down, you'd shut the windscreen. But again, very, very lightweight, really easy to open and close. And you have the wind deflector. I obviously took the bow infill out earlier. You'd leave that in if you were going to stop any wind flow going through the boat by just popping that back out on. But a great feature nevertheless. And up front here, So much storage on the jet boat. You've got all of the sort of lockers all the way around. You've got storage under the front here, all nicely hinged with stainless steel finished hinges. So you've got the front storage bin in there, and again that's insulated, so you can fill that with ice. It's got a bilge with a plug in the bottom, so again a nice area that you can keep nice cool drinks in there. I'm just going to set up the table. I mentioned there was 3 positions. We've been through 2 of them so far. One right at the rear of the boat, one inside in the middle of the boat, and you can also sit right up here in the nose of the boat. So a really, really nice area to be if you didn't have it set up with the bow infill. So very, very comfortable. Again, lots of cup holders, lots of entertainment features with the stereo LED lights. The stainless steel grab bars, so it makes it safe to manoeuvre around the boat even when you're going along. So really, really great place to be. A fantastic boat with every single feature that you could possibly want for an awesome day on the water. Thank you for joining me today on board the Scarab 255 ID Wake Edition jet boat. It's been a pleasure to show you around all of the features and benefits this fabulous craft has to offer. I would be delighted to hear from you to give you any information you may require. Find me at h2oleisuregroup.com.